We have Jerry Gibbins from CalHR. Jerry is a long-term friend and ally of STAC, and he always comes in with wealth of information to share with us. So I hope you find Jerry's information and report valuable, as we all have done over the years. So, Mr. Gibbins, the floor is yours. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Bobby, and hello, everyone. It's great to be with you. I'm so honored and humbled to share the stage with the tremendous speakers today and to be with each of you. My report out from CalHR about the Limited Examination and Appointment Program. We love acronyms in state service, right? So that's LEAP, L-E-A-P. The LEAP hires so far this year this fiscal year is 116. That's the total number of intakes statewide so far this fiscal year. And the number of LEAP exams currently available on calcareers.ca.gov is 35. We have 35 LEAP exams currently available. Quite a few have been added in recent months, specifically several of the IT classifications. And so I'm happy to see that number grow. As you may know, LEAP is simply an alternate and optional type of state civil service exam for people with disabilities. It's basically, let me back up. So Department of Rehab kindly issues the LEAP certification for people to participate. That is a first step. The LEAP exams are basically in two parts. I sort of informally refer to it as the Limited Examination and Appointment Program because there are basically two appointments. After an individual passes the LEAP exam, that is specifically known as the Deep Breath Minimum Qualifications Assessment / Readiness Evaluation, but if we could please refer to it as the MQ assessment, that really helps save on breath here. So the first part is the MQ assessment. When individuals pass that with at least a score of 70, it places them in the equivalent of rank 1. So they are immediately reachable or eligible to be employed. The in-between steps of applying to state positions, are all the same, regardless of whether a person has eligibility based on LEAP, passing a LEAP MQ assessment or a non-LEAP exam. They find the vacant positions, follow the instructions to apply. If invited to interview, they participate in that selection process. Once a person is hired through their LEAP eligibility, they begin the second and sort of bulk of the on-the-job examination, that first appointment called the examination appointment. The job examination period, which is the same length as probation for the given classification, job title. It's either 6 or 12 months. When a person passes that JEP, job examination period, successfully, they are then appointed, that second appointment, they are appointed to the position they've been testing for. The regulations allow for the JEP to either be shortened due to satisfactory performance of all the position duties and functions, or extended due to permissible absences. So that's it in a nutshell. And so I'm happy to take questions offline or perhaps receive those relayed to me at a later time. And I will put some links in the chat here, in response to the questions.
Jerry, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And I will field any questions that come forth in your direction at a later time.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Jerry. All right. That is the end of the program. Do we have any questions lingering that we can ask the residual panelists, which looks like Jerry Gibbins might be one of them, that we didn't get to answer or completed.
Where's the thing?
Is that you, Catherine?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Hi,
go
Jerry.
ahead.
Can you
Jerry,
hear me?
I think you're muted.
Oh, there's my mute button.
Okay.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Jerry. How are
Ralph.
you? I
I'm
wanted
fine.
to
Hope
say
you're
that.
well.
Okay, good. I wanted to say that we're very glad to hear about the expanded lead classifications, but I'm wondering how two things. First of all departments are being told about that, and also how people would take the exams for these new classifications that are eligible now. And second of all, how is the word getting out to the wider disability community about the availability of these additional classifications?
Okay. Thank you for the questions.
Sure.
So the first one, how departments are informed about the new LEAP examinations, the classifications being added. That is through the Examination Supervisors Forum. The state conducts an Examination Supervisors Forum that meets regularly and shares information about state exams. So that's the venue.
Okay.
And how is the wider disability community being informed? So this is one avenue. I am connected to representatives with Department of Rehabilitation. I mentioned earlier that there were a couple of sessions that I was honored to present LEAP information just recently to the business service. I'm sorry, I don't have the title right.
It's okay.
Oh,
that's all right. Just generally, just tell us. Yeah.
Business service specialists who, this was a statewide meeting.
Okay.
Strictly DOR staff, but then
Okay.
another recent presentation also included service providers, I believe, job developers,
Okay.
and supported employment agencies who also attended a similar meeting with DOR staff.
Okay. Thanks. We can talk
Certainly.
to DOR. I think it's important that people get the word out there that may not be connected with DOR, because there may be some people who have been looking for work for a really long time and their case with DOR is closed or whatever, that might be interested in those. But we can continue to talk to you all as well as talk to DOR folks about how to get that word out about that good news, because that's wonderful. So
please, thank you. It's great to continue our partnership.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
This, Ralph, my question actually wasn't directly for Jerry, although he might be able to answer it, or maybe you can, Bobby. I saw something on the agenda about this statewide diversity and equity committee, and I was just curious about what that group is doing, and you had some information in the agenda about how people could get involved in that, and where they are in their process of getting that set up.
Great. I'll be happy to respond to that in a second. I want to make sure that we're not tying up Jerry. Do we have any more questions for Jerry at this point?
Yes, actually, LJ Gutierrez says, what classifications beside SSA serve 210-day job examination period?
Okay, I must admit, I saw that question earlier and I'm not clear what it means. Besides SSA 210. Well, okay, so the classification staff services analyst, now forgive me for rambling just a little bit, but I want to start with several years ago, there was a law that eliminated probation for LEAP candidates. So I'm going to use the term probation, but I wanted to say that first. So the length of probation for staff services analyst is 12 months. That is also the length of the job examination period. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. Some of those classifications have 6-month probation and some have 12. The attorney class, I believe, is 12 months. Office tech, office assistant, those are 6 months. And I apologize, I'd have to research each one to specifically answer that question.
Jerry, do you see that he says thank you in the
Oh,
comments?
certainly. Oh, thank you. No, I did not. There's too many places to look here on this screen. It's busy.
I've got another one though. Karen.
Technology.
Yeah, I know. I totally know your feeling. I've got another one though from Karen. Once hired by the LEAP program, I just want to make sure that it's clear. For promotions, you can't use LEAP? That's a good question.
Oh, good question. I want to turn that around. There's a lot of misinformation out there. No, certainly, once a person, passes their job examination period and let's say their first state job, they may certainly take a higher level LEAP exam to promote. The LEAP certification that is issued by Department of Rehab, that never expires. It's always in place. So that individual, that LEAP certified individual is always welcome. The door is always open to take higher level LEAP exams in order to promote.
Thank you very much. I never knew that. And so applying for promotions, with people with disabilities, that's going to be something I'm going to take back to our committee and let everyone know.
Wonderful. I'll just throw out there sometimes people think that if they're certified for LEAP, that they're restricted to only the LEAP exams. People who are LEAP certified are welcome to take also the non-LEAP exams as well.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Certainly.
Dan Clark had his hand up. I'm sorry. Dan, do you have a question to ask Jerry?
No, I just wanted to make that clarification that Jerry just made, because I sometimes hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm LEAP, and so like I have to go for a LEAP promotion," and that's not the case. LEAP is just a way of introducing people into the door and getting work service. And that yes, they could go for another LEAP, which is nice to hear if it's a higher promotion, but I think an individual should realize they can go for any job that they feel they're qualified for. If they find something that's not in the LEAP category, but it's in there, they have the background and knowledge, go for it. So don't limit yourself. I find some people always limit themselves to the LEAP classification, and I think that's undercuts their ability to move ahead.
And we have one question on the chat that says, question for Jerry on how, if information gets out through workforce development system.
Hi, this is John. I'm the one who put that question in. So I work for EDD, not in the workforce branch, but I know that the workforce branch puts out a lot of information about various job opportunities. It's actually, I also serve as a labor representative for SEIU 1000 on the Alameda County Workforce Development Board. So my question is, to what degree does the LEAP program seek to get the information out through those channels in the workforce development arena?
Okay, John, I will admit that I'm not aware, but perhaps this is an opportunity for us to partner and get more information out through more channels.
Sounds good.
I certainly welcome you to contact me. Just to let everyone know, and I can put it in the chat, our general LEAP email, which my office handles, is LEAP, L-E-A-P, at calhr.ca.gov. And again, I'll put that in the chat.
Okay.
It's easier to spell than Jerry Gibbins, so.
Also, Jerry, this is Eduardo. I also wanted to mention in my office at DHCS, as far as I know, not one peep about the new LEAP exams. I could be mistaken, but I haven't seen one peep about it. So maybe that's an email that should be going out from our HR or from the director. But at our office, we're like 3,000 plus employees and not one peep about it. So I don't know. Is there a way that We can, I don't know, maybe we can have your office mandate that the directors from the different agencies send an email out about the new LEAP exams, because those are some excellent opportunities that are being passed up that I'm gonna, myself gonna try to take advantage of. So, but I just want to just put that out there. There's not been one peep about it in my office.
Oh, thank you, Eduardo. I'm sorry to hear that.
No problem.
I'm wondering if DHCS has anyone from their, selection division, their examination unit, who attends or gets information from the Examination Supervisors Forum. Happy
Eduardo,
to.
I accidentally muted you.
Hello?
If you want to come off mute, sorry. This is Susan. Eduardo, you're on mute. Sorry, that was a technical difficulty caused by me. Sorry, guys.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. I was wondering who keeps muting me.
Now you know who the culprit is. Well, thank you, Eduardo. That was an excellent question. And thank you, Jerry. I know you're working overtime today. I just have one other question. I think it's Catherine Campisi who had her hand up. Catherine,
yes.
do you have a question?
Okay. Yes, I do. In comment. Sorry, it's me again, Jerry. First of all, I wanted to just make sure that everybody's clear and it's great news that people can use LEAP. So I guess, for example, if they were an OT and they wanted to promote to SSA, they could take the LEAP exam for SSA. But just to remind us that then gives them exam eligibility, but they would still have to go, or list eligibility, but they would still have to go through the regular process for, application, competition, and selection. I assume that's right. And then the second thing, the gentleman who spoke about the workforce development system, which in California would be EDD and other, and then their local workforce centers. That's a great example of places that need to know about these new LEAP classifications, as well as I second Eduardo's idea of getting the word out beyond those selection staff, because they may say, well, that's good information, but that's all our responsibility. So I don't know if that could be shared with, say, in EEO Officers Council, the Reasonable Accommodation Officers, but also most importantly, to ask the directors, maybe through the EEO officers, ask their own directors to send something out. Or I know in the old days, either you guys or SPD used to send the pinkies, just something that would get out really broadly to all departments, because I don't think you can assume the selection people are doing that job. And nor they don't assume that's their responsibility, and it may not be their responsibility. So.
Thank you, Catherine and John and Eduardo. All this is good information and gets my wheels turning. So I really appreciate it. Yes, the California Civil Rights Officers Council would be an excellent place. And John, if you and I could connect here, that would be great.
Thank you, Jerry. Again, you've been so generous today with your time and answering all the floodgate of questions that came forth. These are very important questions. And Jerry, as always, you did such an excellent job in responding to all. So thank you. And I'm not going to keep you up from lunch. So have yourself a terrific rest of the day. And once again, thanks for being at STAC.
Thank you, Bobby, and all.
All right. Have a good day, sir. Ralph Black asked a question earlier. What do we know about statewide Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Committee? Statewide Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee is a special interest group recognized by CalHR. And they're like any other special interest group. Their mission is to provide leadership and education regarding all dimensions of diversity, equity, and inclusion within California State Services to achieve equitable work cultures. So this item on the agenda, item number 5, is essentially an ad that they placed. They wanted me to promote and notice everyone that if anybody's interested in applying to subscribe to their mailing list, that's one. And 2, the second ask that they have is they're also recruiting steering committee members And the applicants for the steering committee membership may contact Desiree Lamar, and her contact information is listed on the agenda. So that's all the information I have, Ralph. They're not really associated with any formal appointment through the governor's office or anyone else. They're a special interest group interested in promoting statewide diversity, equity, and inclusion. And like-minded people join their committee, serve on their committee, and make recommendation to the powers to be. That's the extent of the knowledge that I have. I hope that answers that question. If you have any more inquiry, please feel free to contact Desiree Lamar at the phone number listed on the agenda, or she also has an email address.